Okay, so 0.1 upon 5.2 plus 1 upon 100. So 0.1 upon 5.2 is approximately 0.019 plus 0.01. So this comes out to be approximately 0.029. Okay, so this is the error in the speed. Okay, and the speed is 0.052 and error is 0.029. So how will you write it? 0.052 plus minus 0.29, sorry, 0.029 meter per second. Okay, meter per second. Okay, so this was this question. Let us go ahead. Okay. So the next question is electron enters uniform magnetic field of B with velocity V. Okay, what we have to do is basically we have to find the force on charge. Oh, force on charge is given by F is equal to B into E into V. Okay, this is what the force is given by. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to find the dimensions of B. We have to find the dimensions of B. Okay, dimension means you have to find that MLT in form, you have to find in that form. So B will be how much? F upon EV. B is equal to F upon EV. Okay, so before solving it, just first of all write the dimension analysis of F, E and V. F, E, V. So force is what? Mass into acceleration. And mass into acceleration, you know, it is mass LT minus 2. We have done this many times. Okay, next is electron. Okay, now electron you don't know, but you know for current. Okay, for you, I don't know if you have studied this or not. I is equal to Q upon T. Basically current is rate of flow of charge. Okay, and current is taken as ampere. Current is taken as ampere, or in some books you will see as I. Okay, in some books, like in your book it is represented by I, but in some books you will see it represented by ampere. Current is somewhere represented by ampere. The dimension of current is represented by A. It is represented by A. Okay, it depends. In some books you can see I also, so don't worry about that. You can write A also. Okay, so A, then this here is Q upon T. So Q is equal to A into T. Q is equal to A into T. Okay, so basically charge is equal to ampere into time. Okay, this I wanted to indicate. And electron is what? Electron is also a charge, right? Electron is a charge, it has a value. Okay, so the dimension will be same, so you can write electron is equal to A into T. Okay, last one, velocity. Velocity is meter per second. That will be how much? LT raised to the power minus 1. Okay, now you have all the values of dimensions. Just substitute them in the value of B. So they will be B is equal to M T minus 2 upon 80 into LT minus 1. right? Just now calculate this. So L and L will be cancelled, right? Okay, t into t raised to power minus 1 will be 1, because t into 1 upon t is 1. So this, what is left with you is m t raised to the power minus 2 upon a, or you can write in this form, m L0 a minus 1 t 2, and this is your answer. L is I wrote L because you have to represent the answer in the form of L, so I just wrote 0 on the top because L raised to power 0 is 1. Okay, so this is the answer, ml0 a raised to the power minus 1 t square. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Okay, so they have given the question, this question, large ball of 2-meter radius. Okay, made up of square cross sectional area with edge, with the edge length, okay, with the edge length okay, with the edge length is equal to 4 mm. So neglecting the air gap, find the total length of the rope in the nearest order of the magnitude. Okay, so what we have to do is find the length of okay, so this is the question that is given to us. So what we have to do is basically they have given you that a large ball, okay, of 2-meter radius, it has a radius of 2 meter, okay, it is made up of square cross sectional area, okay, is made up of square cross, okay, it is made up of a rope, made up of this written rope, okay, rope of square cross sectional area, okay, with the edge length of 4 meter, okay, and what we have to do is we have to find the length of a rope in the find the length of the rope in the order of magnitude. We have to find the length of the rope in order of magnitude. Okay, so what they have given to you in the question is basically this is a rope of okay, it has a square cross section. What I mean to say is like it looks something like this. Okay, it has a square cross section in the front. Okay, and they have given you the square cross section's length, that is how much? 4 mm. This 4 mm is the length of the square cross section. Okay, so what we have to find out is basically they have told us that they have folded this rope into a form of a ball. They have just basically knitted the rope in form of the ball. Okay, so what it basically means is that this, whatever is the area of this rope, that will be the area of this ball. Yes, because this rope has been used to make that ball. Okay, so that is a very obvious thing. Okay, so we will basically use that concept only. But now the length is how much? Say L is the length of the rope. So what is the total area of the this you can assume this rope as a rectangle because it has a square cross section, and length you don't know. Okay, so what is the area of this rectangle? Sorry, it is a cuboid. It is a cuboid form. This rope is a cuboid form. So area of rope will be, since it is square cross section, that's why I said it is a cuboid. So what will be the area? Area is LB plus BH plus HL. Okay, LB means length, breadth is 4 mm. So 4L plus BH, breadth into height. So breadth into height is 16. Okay, plus next one is height into length, HL. HL means height into the length. So height is also 4 mm and HL. So 4L. So what I get here is 4L plus 4L is 8L plus 16. Okay, 16 mm square or whatever is mm square, right? This is the area of the rope. Okay, what is the area of this sphere? Area of the sphere is 4 pi r square, right? 4 pi r square. Okay, now just put the value 4 into pi into r square. So r is in meters. Okay, so we will convert it into mm. So it will be 2 into how much? 10 raised to the power whole square. Okay, so it will be 4 into pi into 4 into 10 raised to the power 6. In other words, 16 pi into 10 raised to the power 6. Okay, this is the sum, but what we get. Okay, so just solve this. This area is equal to this. So area of rope is equal to area of sphere ball. Just put in the values. Okay, so okay. I think I made a mistake. The length is 4 meters. Okay, and edge length is 4 meter or 4 mm. I need to confirm. 4 mm. This is 4 mm. Okay, that's why I converted this 2 meter into mm. I multiplied it by 10 raised to the power 3 so that it is converted into mm. Okay, the radius is given as 2 meter. Okay, so area will be 4 pi r square. Okay, so area of rope is equal to area of this ball. So 8L in plus 16 is equal to 16 pi into 10 raised to the power 6. Okay, so L plus 2 is equal to 2 pi into 10 raised to the power 6. Okay, now we will subtract them. Okay, okay, so anyways you can see here that this value is a very large value. Okay, this value is a very 2 pi into 10 raised to the power 6 is a very large value. So minus, if you even subtract 2, so it will come like approximately it is equal to 2 pi into 10 raised to the power 6. Okay, so what they have asked us in the question, the thing that they have asked us in the question is what is the order of the magnitude? What is the order of the magnitude? So what is order? We have seen order is the power to which the 10 is raised. This is known as order. We have seen this before. Okay, so what will be order? Order will be 6. Order will be 6. Okay, so this is the answer. Order is 6. Okay, and nearest order of magnitude is 10 raised to the power 6 meters. Nearest order of the magnitude, nearest is equal to 10 raised to the power 6 meters. Okay, so this is this question. Okay, I just subtracted. If you subtract, like, it is just like if you subtract 2 from 1 million, so it will be approximately the same number. So I just took approximately equal to 2 by into 10 raised to the power 6. Okay, you can subtract it also, but what they want to know in the question is the order. What they want to know in the question is the order. Okay. Okay, there is another order question here. Okay, let us see that. So this is nuclear radius R is dependent on mass number A as R is equal to 1.3 into 10 raised to the power minus 16 A raised to the power 1 by 3. Okay, and okay, for a value of A is equal to 1.25. Okay, find order of R. Okay, see, these questions are pretty simple, nothing complicated in them. Okay, we will see one more question of similar type. So they have given that nuclear radius. Nuclear radius means in an atom the radius of the nucleus. Okay, that is at the center. The relation between the nucleus radius and the mass number of that atom is R is equal to 1.3 into 10 raised to the minus 16 into A raised to the power 1 by 3, where A is the atomic mass number. Now they have given us that there is an element whose atomic mass number is 125. Okay, we have to find its radius. Okay, and after finding the radius, we have to find the order of the radius. Order of the radius. Okay, so R is equal to 1.3 into 10 raised to the power minus 16 into A is how much? 125 raised to the power 1 by 3. Okay, so what is the cube root of 125? What is the cube root of 125? 125 cube root is 5. Right? 5 cube is basically 125. Okay, so 1.3 into 5, 6.5. So before you write in the form of order of magnitude, this is the value of A. Okay, they should lie between 0.5 and 5 to find out this order. Okay, so just convert it into a value that lies in between these two numbers. So that will be 0.65 into 10 raised to the power minus 15. 10 raised to the power minus 15. So what is the order? Order is minus 15. This is the order. Okay, order is how much? Minus 15. Okay, because this value of A always should lie in between 0.5 and 5. We have studied in this in order of magnitude before. So this is this question. Let's go to the next question. These questions are pretty simple, order of magnitude ones. Okay. Next question. Okay, so what they have given is there is a body that is moving at a speed of 25 into 10 plus minus 0.1 centimeter second and has a mass of 60 plus minus 0.3 grams. What we have to find is the error in its kinetic energy. We have to only find the error in its kinetic, no need to find the kinetic energy, just the error in the kinetic energy. So first of all, what is the formula for kinetic energy? Half mv square, half mv square. Okay, so if you have to only find the error, okay, so this is like a case of this. We have seen this case. What we do, delta A upon A plus n delta B upon B. We will use this formula. Okay, forget half because we are only finding the error value. So okay, so delta A, just assume that A is the mass and B is the velocity. Okay, so just substitute in the values. So delta A upon A will be 0.3 upon 60. I'll write delta K E okay plus 2 into delta B upon B. So delta B upon B will be 0.1 upon 25. Okay, so we have to just solve this to find the answer. So 0.3 plus 0.2 upon 60 plus 0.2 upon 25. Okay, so this is what we have to do. So first of all, just take out 10 raised to the minus 1 common. Okay, so this value comes out to be approximately 0.013. Okay, so this is the relative error. Okay, so generally in your exams you have to represent this error in percentage form. So to represent it in percentage form, just multiply by 100. So you will write here 1.3%. Okay, so the error in kinetic energy is how much? 1.3%. Okay, so this is this question. Let's go forward. Okay. Okay, so this is the question that is given to us. What is given to us in the question is that there are 4 values, okay, that are basically, we have done this experiment using resistance experiment, and we found that the resistances are as follows. The resistances that are given to us is 6.12, 6.09, 6.22 and 6.15. What we have to do is basically we have to find out the absolute error, relative error and the percentage error. Okay, so let us start this question. This is a pretty common question that they will ask you in your exams. So first of all, see, when they say absolute error, okay, in your from the reference of a book, basically you have to find out the mean absolute error. Okay, absolute error is actually the, I will show you, okay, don't worry. First of all, we will find the arithmetic mean. First we will find the arithmetic mean. Okay, so arithmetic mean will be how much? 6.12 plus 609, 6.09 plus 6.22 plus 6.515 divided by 4. Okay, so this comes out to be 6 plus 12, 12, 18, 24, 24.12, okay, 12, 20, 20, 30, 40, 45, 58. This comes out to be approximately 24.58 divided by 4. This is the approximate value. Okay, so 24.5 divided by 4, 4 6 are 24. Okay, 4 ones are okay, so we have found out the value now. Okay, the value that comes out on average is, this is the value. Okay, now see, I will take only the value up to 2 significant digits. Why I took the value up to only 6.14? Because see, the values that are given to us are only till 3 significant digits. You see, 6, 1 and 2, only up to 2 decimal points. Only we have the input values is still 2 decimal points. So the answer also we will take up to 2 decimal points only. Okay, no need to put this 4, 5, otherwise you will get confused. There are only 3 significant digits, so I will also take 3 significant digits only. Okay, no need to take more significant digits. So I took only 3, 6.14, even though 5 comes after this, but no need to take that. So 6.14 is the arithmetic mean. Okay, now they have asked us to find the value of the arithmetic mean. Okay, so now we have to find the absolute error. So before finding the absolute error, what I will need to do is basically, absolute error is basically, I will write here, A mean minus A1. This is the absolute error. Okay, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4. So these is the values of the absolute errors. Okay, so I will find basically all the absolute errors. So delta A1 is equal to, A mean is how much? 6.14 minus 6.12. This is 0.02. Okay. Delta A2, same. A mean minus A2. 6.14 minus 6.09, 0.05. Delta A3, 6.14 minus 6.22. So this comes out to be how much? Minus 0.08. And last one, delta A4, 6.14 minus 6.15, 0.01. Okay, so these are the values of the absolute errors. Okay. So Basically what they have asked us in the question is we have to find absolute error, then relative error, and at the last we have to find the percentage error. Okay, so let's go.